With a few step back and look at everything we've explored, a clear pattern emerges. Your body isn't waiting for some miracle pill or hidden therapy to protect your joints and legs. It already knows how to repair, rebuild, and stay strong. It just needs the right inputs. Collagen is the scaffolding that holds your joints, tendons, ligaments, and skin together. But collagen doesn't just appear, it's constantly being broken down and rebuilt. The foods you choose decide whether that rebuilding process is weak and incomplete or powerful and lasting. We started with bone broth and collagen peptides, the direct building blocks. That's like giving your body pre-cut bricks to rebuild its structures quickly. Then we looked at fish with skin, where marine collagen offers smaller fragments that slip more easily into the repair machinery. Next, we turned to citrus fruits, which deliver vitamin C, the spark that ignites the entire collagen assembly line. Without it, the raw materials just sit there unused. Eggs showed us another side of the story. They supply proline, glycine, and sulfur, the often overlooked nutrients that shape collagen into durable fibers. Leafy greens reminded us that it's not only about making collagen, but also about protecting it from oxidative stress. Their antioxidants keep your connective tissue from fraying under daily wear and tear. And finally, seeds and nuts gave us the trace minerals, omega-3s, and vitamin E to stabilize and protect the system long term. Each of these foods covers a unique role, and together they form a complete toolkit for swelling reduction, joint repair, and leg strength. Here's what the research shows. Swelling in the legs and stiffness in the joints often come from chronic low-grade inflammation combined with weakened connective tissue. By eating foods rich in collagen and the nutrients that activate it, you're addressing both problems at once. You're calming the inflammation that causes pain, while also fortifying the very structures that give you mobility. That's why people who consistently eat these foods don't just feel temporary relief, they notice real improvements in movement, flexibility, and strength over time. So, what's the practical step you can take today? Choose just one of these foods and make it a daily habit. Maybe it's starting your morning with lemon water and a boiled egg. Maybe it's adding a handful of almonds to your afternoon routine, or keeping bone broth on hand for evening meals. It doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to be all 8 foods at once. Think of it as building momentum. Each small, consistent choice layers on top of the last until your body has everything it needs to not only reduce swelling, but also move with greater freedom and confidence. And here's the deeper why. Mobility isn't just physical. When your legs are strong and your joints are stable, you show up differently in life. You walk more, you participate more, you feel less held back by discomfort. That sense of freedom doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mood, your confidence, and even your relationships. Supporting your collagen isn't just about joints, it's about living fully and without unnecessary limits. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one food from this list and start today. Notice how your body responds over the next week and let that awareness guide your next step. Momentum builds quickly once you feel the difference. If you found these insights useful, I'd love for you to join this community by liking this video, leaving a comment about which food you'll start with, and subscribing for more science-based tools to support your health. We're building a space where knowledge becomes action, and action becomes lasting change. Your legs and joints are the foundation of your movement, and your movement is the foundation of your life. Protect that foundation, fuel it wisely, and you'll be amazed at how much stronger, lighter, and more capable you feel, not just today, but for years to come. If leafy greens are the protective shield for your collagen, seeds and nuts are the builders and stabilizers. They provide the raw materials and cofactors your body needs to knit collagen fibers together, keep them flexible, and reduce the swelling that often makes legs feel heavy or painful. Let's start with the basics. Collagen fibers are made from amino acids, but they don't form strong, elastic structures unless trace minerals like zinc and copper are present. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest natural sources of zinc. This mineral is like the construction manager at a building site. Without it, the collagen assembly process slows down and repairs take longer. Zinc is also a powerful immune regulator, meaning it can dampen the chronic low-grade inflammation that silently erodes joint tissue over time. Copper, another mineral concentrated in nuts like almonds and walnuts, plays a different role. It helps form cross links between collagen and elastin fibers. These crosslinks are what give your joints that springy, resilient quality instead of feeling brittle. Without enough copper, collagen may form but lack the structural integrity to withstand daily stress. In practical terms, that can mean stiffer knees, less stable ankles, or slower recovery after activity. Chia seeds add another layer of benefit. Omega-3 fatty acids. Most people think of fish when they hear omega-3, but plant-based sources like chia and walnuts supply alpha-linolenic acid ALA, which the body can convert into EPA and DHA. These fatty acids are anti-inflammatory powerhouses. They quiet down the overactive immune responses that cause joint swelling and stiffness. That's why people with arthritis often report less pain when they consistently eat omega-3 rich foods. Even if you don't have arthritis, the reduction in systemic inflammation lightens the load on your legs, leaving you with smoother, freer movement. There's also the healthy fat factor. Almonds, walnuts, and chia all provide monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. These not only support heart and brain health, but also improve nutrient absorption. Many of the antioxidants and fat soluble vitamins that protect collagen, like vitamin E, require dietary fat to actually get into your bloodstream. Nuts and seeds carry their own vitamin E supply as well, acting like an internal moisturizer that prevents collagen fibers from becoming brittle. Now, let's talk circulation. Walnuts are unique because they contain L-arginine, an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide production. Just like the nitrates in leafy greens, nitric oxide widens blood vessels, improving circulation to your legs. Better circulation doesn't just mean warmer feet, it means more oxygen, amino acids, and minerals are delivered right where collagen repair is happening. Think of it as upgrading the delivery trucks that keep your construction site stocked with supplies. On a practical level, seeds and nuts are easy to integrate. A handful of almonds as a snack, a tablespoon of chia seeds stirred into yogurt, or roasted pumpkin seeds sprinkled over a salad can all shift your nutrient intake significantly. Consistency matters more than volume. Eating a small serving daily keeps a steady stream of collagen supportive nutrients available, rather than overwhelming your system once in a while and leaving gaps in between. Behaviorally, there's another advantage. Nuts and seeds are portable and require no preparation. This makes them a powerful replacement habit. Instead of grabbing processed snacks that spike blood sugar and fuel inflammation. Reaching for a small bag of pumpkin seeds or almonds trains your brain to associate convenience with nourishment. Over time, that subtle shift compounds into healthier collagen, stronger joints, and less swelling. So when you zoom out, seeds and nuts aren't just good fats, they're the behind the scenes workers that ensure your collagen scaffolding is sturdy, elastic, and well maintained. Zinc oversees the building, copper strengthens the beams, omega 3s calm the environment, and vitamin E prevents rust. Together, they create a joint supportive ecosystem that keeps your legs resilient well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Here's the thing about leafy greens, they're not just healthy in the vague way most people think. They are some of the most powerful joint protective foods you can eat, especially if your goal is to support collagen in the legs, reduce swelling, and keep mobility strong as you age. When you eat spinach, kale, arugula, or even watercress, you're delivering a cocktail of nutrients that act on your connective tissue in several important ways. The first and most obvious is vitamin C. Without vitamin C, your body literally cannot make collagen. That's because vitamin C is the cofactor your enzymes need to link amino acids like proline and glycine together into strong collagen fibers. This is why sailors who lacked fresh greens centuries ago developed scurvy. Their bodies couldn't maintain collagen, so their gums bled, joints weakened, and wounds didn't heal. Even if you're not deficient, the difference between getting the bare minimum and optimizing intake can show up in the resilience of your joints. But here's what makes leafy greens particularly special. They don't just provide vitamin C, they deliver antioxidants like lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta carotene. These compounds don't build collagen directly, but they shield it from damage. Collagen is constantly under attack by free radicals, unstable molecules generated by stress, poor diet, or even heavy exercise. Over time, oxidative stress stiffens collagen, making joints feel less elastic. The antioxidants in greens act like bodyguards, neutralizing free radicals before they can break down your connective tissue. Another layer of benefit comes from vitamin K1, which is abundant in leafy greens. Vitamin K is better known for blood clotting, but it also helps regulate calcium. This is crucial because when calcium deposits in joints, it creates stiffness and pain. By keeping calcium where it belongs, in bones, not soft tissue, vitamin K indirectly protects collagen rich structures around your knees, hips, and ankles. There's also magnesium and potassium in these plants. These minerals regulate muscle contraction and relaxation, which matters more than people realize. If muscles around your joints are constantly tense, they pull unevenly, creating extra stress on the connective tissue. Potassium also reduces water retention, which can translate to less swelling in the legs. Let's not overlook nitrates. Leafy greens like arugula and spinach are nitrate rich. Once inside your body, nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, a molecule that dilates blood vessels and improves circulation. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients get delivered to joint tissue, accelerating repair and recovery. That's one reason athletes often consume beet juice or spinach smoothies before training. For someone over 60, the same mechanism supports daily mobility and reduces that heavy, swollen feeling in the legs. Now, what does this mean in practice? It doesn't mean you have to live on kale salads. Cooking actually makes certain antioxidants in greens more bioavailable. Lightly steaming spinach, tossing kale into soups, or blending arugula into a smoothie all work. Variety is key because each leafy green has its own nutrient profile. Kale is higher in lutein, arugula in nitrates, spinach in magnesium. A rotation ensures your collagen gets the full spectrum of support. From a neuroscience perspective, there's also a behavioral edge here. When people anchor a meal with a green vegetable, they tend to unconsciously improve the rest of their choices. It creates a priming effect. You signal to your brain that the meal is health focused, and that momentum spills into the proteins, fats, and starches you pair with it. Over time, that habit makes collagen supportive eating automatic rather than a chore. So the takeaway is simple. Leafy greens don't just help you eat clean, they're a biochemical toolkit for protecting collagen, reducing oxidative stress, improving circulation, and keeping joints elastic. Think of them as insurance for your knees and hips. Every serving deposits resilience into the bank account of your mobility. When people think about collagen, they usually focus on protein sources, bone broth, fish, or eggs. But what often gets overlooked is the role of minerals and healthy fats. Without them, collagen fibers don't organize properly, and connective tissues lose their elasticity. That's where seeds and nuts come in. Pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, almonds, and walnuts might look small, but they're loaded with zinc, copper, and omega 3 fatty acids, three key players in the collagen story. Zinc is essential for activating the enzymes that build collagen. Copper helps cross link collagen fibers, making them strong enough to resist stress. And omega 3 ces, found in walnuts and chia seeds, reduce the chronic inflammation that breaks down joint tissue over time. Here's what the research shows. A 2014 study in osteoarthritis and cartilage highlighted that low zinc levels were linked to slower cartilage repair and higher rates of joint degeneration. Another review in Nutrients pointed out that omega 3 fatty acids directly lower markers of inflammation, which is why diets rich in nuts and seeds are consistently associated with better cardiovascular and musculoskeletal health. Think of collagen fibers like ropes in a suspension bridge. The amino acids we've discussed, from bone broth, fish, and eggs, are the strands of the rope, but zinc and copper are what tighten and secure those strands, preventing the rope from fraying. Meanwhile, omega 3s keep the environment around the rope calm so it isn't constantly being battered by inflammatory storms. Here's a simple tool to apply. Make nuts and seeds part of your daily rhythm. A handful of almonds as an afternoon snack, a sprinkle of chia or flax seeds on yogurt, or a spoonful of pumpkin seeds tossed into a salad. You don't need huge amounts. Just small, consistent servings are enough to provide the minerals and fats your collagen system depends on. What's happening in your brain and body when you do this is deeper than just joint repair. Omega 3 cells also support brain function, improving the balance of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. This means you're not only helping your legs swell less and move more easily, you're also stabilizing your mood and sharpening your focus. The connection between brain and body health is never one way, supporting one reinforces the other. Imagine this. Someone in their late 50s struggles with stiff, swollen knees after gardening. They start adding a small mix of walnuts and pumpkin seeds to their daily routine. Over weeks, the swelling starts to ease. Over months, their knees feel more stable, their legs recover faster, and even their mental clarity improves. This is the compounding effect of micronutrients, small daily choices that add up to noticeable changes. Another layer worth mentioning is circulation. Nuts like almonds contain arginine, an amino acid that promotes nitric oxide production. This relaxes blood vessels, improving blood flow to the legs. Better circulation means less fluid pooling in the ankles and faster delivery of nutrients to repair tissue. So while you may be eating nuts for collagen, you're also unlocking cardiovascular support that further reduces swelling. So here's the bottom line: seeds and nuts are not side snacks. They are structural reinforcements for your collagen system. Zinc and copper knit the collagen fibers tightly. Omega 3 send calm inflammation. Arginine boosts circulation. Together, they keep your legs strong, your joints resilient, and swelling under control. Add them daily, and you're not just eating for today, you're building a foundation of mobility for decades to come. If collagen is the scaffolding that holds your joints and connective tissues together, then antioxidants are the protective coating that keeps that scaffolding from rusting and breaking down too soon. And some of the richest, most powerful antioxidants come from a category of foods most of us overlook: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, and arugula may not contain collagen directly, but they supply two things your collagen system desperately needs. First, vitamin C, the catalyst we talked about earlier that makes collagen synthesis possible. Second, a wide range of antioxidants like lutein, beta carotene, and quercetin, which shield collagen fibers from oxidative stress. Here's what the research shows: oxidative stress, driven by free radicals, is one of the biggest accelerators of joint breakdown and swelling. A 2018 study in the Journal of Clinical Medicine found that diets high in leafy greens were linked to lower markers of inflammation and better musculoskeletal health in older adults. In simple terms, these vegetables don't just give you vitamins, they help preserve the collagen you already have. Think of your connective tissue like the elastic bands inside a piece of gym equipment. They're strong and flexible at first, but with exposure to heat, friction, or oxidation, they dry out and snap more easily. Antioxidants from leafy greens act like a protective oil that keeps those bands elastic for longer. Here's a practical tool to apply. Aim for at least one serving of leafy greens every day. That could be a handful of spinach in your morning smoothie, a kale salad at lunch, or a side of sauteed arugula at dinner. If raw greens are hard to digest, lightly steaming them can make the nutrients more bioavailable while still delivering the protective antioxidants. What's happening in your body when you do this is twofold. First, the antioxidants patrol your connective tissues, neutralizing free radicals before they can damage collagen. Second, the steady intake of vitamin C keeps collagen synthesis humming. Over time, this means less stiffness, reduced swelling in the legs, and stronger, more resilient joints. There's also a brain connection here. Many leafy greens contain folate and magnesium, which support neurotransmitter balance. When your nervous system is calmer and your stress response is balanced, your body produces fewer inflammatory molecules. That means your dietary choice doesn't just protect your joints directly, it changes the hormonal environment that influences how much inflammation and swelling you experience in the first place. Imagine this scenario. Someone in their 60s struggles with swelling ankles after long walks. They decide to add a daily green smoothie with spinach, cucumber, and lemon. At first, the change feels minor, but after a few months, they notice their ankles recover faster, their energy is steadier, and their knees feel less achy. The antioxidants have been quietly repairing and protecting their collagen system the whole time. And here's something worth remembering. While supplements can be helpful, nature rarely packages nutrients in isolation. A serving of kale doesn't just give you vitamin C, it gives you fiber, minerals, and a full spectrum of compounds that work together. That synergy is something science is still uncovering, but we already know it produces a protective effect no single pill can match. So here's the bottom line. Leafy greens are not just healthy vegetables, they are collagen protectors. By lowering oxidative stress and fueling collagen synthesis, they act as a daily shield for your legs and joints. Adding them consistently may not feel dramatic in the moment, but over years, it can mean the difference between swelling that slows you down and mobility that keeps you moving freely. When most people think of eggs, they picture protein for muscle or maybe cholesterol debates. But what often gets overlooked is their direct role in collagen formation. Eggs are one of the most underrated collagen supporting foods because they supply three crucial ingredients: proline, glycine, and sulfur. Let's break this down. Proline and glycine are two amino acids that form the backbone of collagen. They're like the repeating links in a chain that make collagen fibers strong and flexible. Sulfur, found in the yolk, is just as important. It helps stabilize the collagen structure, almost like bolts holding beams together in a building. Without sulfur, collagen fibers can be weak and less resilient. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition has shown that diets rich in sulfur containing amino acids support connective tissue repair and improve joint resilience. This is one reason why egg based diets, when balanced with vegetables and fruits, have been linked to better recovery from exercise and lower markers of inflammation. Now, here's the fascinating part. Eggs don't contain collagen directly, but they provide the exact toolkit your body needs to manufacture it. Think of eggs as the factory workers rather than the raw material. They supply the specialized skills to turn the bricks from collagen rich foods into a finished structure. Here's a simple tool to apply. Make eggs a consistent part of your weekly diet, scrambled for breakfast, hard boiled as a snack, or even added to salads. 2 to 3 eggs a few times a week can dramatically boost your collagen building potential. If you're concerned about cholesterol, keep in mind that for most people, moderate egg consumption actually improves the balance of HDL, the so called good cholesterol, relative to LDL. And remember, most of the collagen supporting nutrients, like sulfur, are in the yolk, not just the white. What's happening in your brain and body when you add eggs is subtle but powerful. Your joints get the materials they need to repair daily wear and tear. The glycine also plays a role in calming the nervous system, promoting better sleep and recovery. And there's even evidence that sulfur rich foods help reduce oxidative stress in tissues, which means less inflammation and swelling in the legs over time. Picture this: someone in their 50s who often wakes up with stiff knees starts incorporating eggs into breakfast 3 to 4 days a week. They don't change much else. Over months, they notice their morning stiffness easing, their recovery from walks improving, and their legs feeling less heavy. The shift wasn't dramatic at first, but the accumulation of consistent support paid off. That's the quiet power of eggs in the collagen equation. And if you're finding value in insights like this, practical science you can actually use, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Each week we dive into neuroscience, nutrition, and psychology tools that can help you live stronger, clearer, and longer. Subscribing is the best way to stay connected to this growing community of people committed to upgrading their health with real science. So here's the bottom line. Eggs aren't just protein, they're collagen enablers. The proline and glycine fuel the fiber, the sulfur locks the structure in place, and together they give your legs and joints the resilience they need to resist swelling and stiffness. By making eggs part of your routine, you're quietly stacking the odds in favor of stronger connective tissue and a more mobile future. Here's something most people don't realize. You could eat all the collagen rich foods in the world, but without vitamin C, your body cannot turn those raw materials into usable collagen. It's like having bricks and cement on a construction site, but no builder to assemble them. Vitamin C is the enzyme activator, the spark that allows collagen fibers to form strong, stable structures. Research has shown this clearly. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people with higher vitamin C intake had better skin elasticity and joint health, while deficiencies were strongly linked to slower collagen repair. In fact, the extreme form of vitamin C deficiency, scurvy, is essentially a collapse of collagen synthesis, leading to weak blood vessels, fragile joints, and swelling in the legs. That's the dramatic end of the spectrum. But even at milder levels, inadequate vitamin C makes it harder for your body to maintain healthy connective tissue. Think of collagen as a rope. Vitamin C is what twists and binds the fibers into a strong cord. Without it, the fibers fray and the rope weakens. In your body, that weakening shows up as stiff joints, slower healing after exercise, and swelling because blood vessels lose elasticity. Now, where do you get vitamin C in practical everyday terms? Citrus fruits are the obvious choice: oranges, lemons, limes, and grapefruits. But some of the richest sources actually go beyond citrus. Kiwi, strawberries, and even bell peppers pack more vitamin C per gram than an orange. Adding these foods daily ensures that whenever you consume collagen from broth, fish, or supplements, your body has the cofactor it needs to put that collagen to work. Here's a simple tool to apply. Start your morning with vitamin C. Whether it's a glass of water with lemon, a bowl of strawberries, or half a kiwi alongside your breakfast, it sets the stage for collagen synthesis throughout the day. If you take collagen powder, pairing it with citrus juice or a vitamin C rich snack maximizes absorption and effectiveness. What's happening in your brain and body when you do this is twofold. First, the biochemical vitamin C activates enzymes called prolyl hydroxylase and lysyl hydroxylase, which are essential for collagen cross-linking. Second, the psychological, when you start your day with a small intentional choice, like fruit that supports your long-term mobility, it creates momentum for other healthy behaviors. The brain thrives on consistency, and one yes to your health in the morning often leads to another later in the day. Imagine this: someone in their 40s who often feels sore after workouts starts pairing their collagen supplement with fresh orange slices. Over time, the soreness fades faster, the joints feel less stiff, and swelling in the ankles decreases. They didn't add a new supplement stack or a complicated routine. They simply created the right environment for collagen to do its job. That's the leverage point vitamin C provides. So here's the bottom line: collagen is the material, but vitamin C is the builder. Without it, the construction of healthy joints, strong tendons, and elastic blood vessels stalls. With it, everything you eat to support collagen suddenly becomes more effective. If you want to reduce swelling and protect your legs for the long run, think of vitamin C rich foods as your daily ignition switch. If bone broth is the ancient land based source of collagen, then fish with the skin on is nature's marine version: lighter, cleaner, and surprisingly effective for your joints. When you eat salmon, mackerel, or sardines with the skin, you're getting marine collagen, which research suggests may be more bioavailable than collagen from cows or chickens. In other words, your body can absorb and use it more efficiently. Here's what the research shows. A 2016 review in Marine Drugs highlighted that fish derived collagen peptides are smaller in size compared to land based collagen. These smaller molecules slip through the gut lining and into the bloodstream more easily, reaching connective tissues faster. That means when you eat fish with skin, you're not just getting healthy fats for your heart, you're sending collagen straight to your knees, ankles, and the small vessels in your legs that regulate swelling. Think of marine collagen like the express delivery service of connective tissue repair. Land based collagen is valuable, but it's like sending a heavy package by ground shipping. Fish collagen is more like priority airmail. It gets where it needs to go quickly and efficiently. Now, let's zoom in on the real world impact. Have you ever noticed how swelling in the legs often gets worse in hot weather or after long flights? That's partly due to weakened blood vessel walls and sluggish circulation. Marine collagen has been shown to strengthen vascular tissue and reduce that kind of pooling. Add to that the omega-3 fatty acids in fish like salmon or sardines, which actively reduce inflammation, and you've got a powerful 1-2 punch: collagen building blocks plus anti-inflammatory support. Here's a simple tool to apply. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fish with skin each week. If fresh fish isn't accessible, canned sardines or mackerel with skin are affordable and convenient. A small tin gives you collagen, omega-3 ces, and trace minerals in one compact meal. Some people even add powdered marine collagen to coffee or tea, which can be another way to boost intake if fish isn't part of your usual diet. What's happening in your body when you do this is a mix of structure and signaling. The collagen peptides provide the scaffolding, while the omega-3s quiet the fire of inflammation that makes swelling worse. Together, they don't just mask the discomfort, they address the underlying weakness in connective tissue and circulation. Imagine this scenario: you're in your 60s, and after years of avoiding stairs because of creaky knees, you start including fish with skin in your weekly diet. Over time, the inflammation begins to ease. The cartilage in your joints gets a steady supply of collagen, and climbing a flight of stairs feels less like a challenge and more like something you can do confidently again. This isn't magic, it's biology supported by nutrition. And if this kind of science backed insight is resonating with you, here's a quick request: consider subscribing to the channel. Every week, we break down how neuroscience, psychology, and nutrition can help you optimize your body and mind. If you found this useful, there's more practical science ahead that can make a real difference in your daily life. So here's the bottom line. Fish with skin is not just another protein source. It's a uniquely efficient way to deliver collagen and anti-inflammatory nutrients directly to your joints and legs. By making it a weekly habit, whether through salmon dinners, sardine snacks, or marine collagen powder, you're investing in stronger joints, reduced swelling, and a future where your mobility isn't something you worry about, but something you rely on with confidence. If you've ever had a bowl of homemade chicken soup, the kind that's been simmering for hours until the bones release their richness, you've already tasted one of the oldest collagen therapies known to humans. Bone broth is essentially liquid collagen. As it cooks, the connective tissue in the bones breaks down into gelatin, which is rich in amino acids like glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, the very raw materials your body uses to build new collagen. Here's what the research shows. In a 2019 study published in Nutrients, athletes who supplemented with collagen peptides experienced improved joint comfort and faster recovery after exercise. That's not a coincidence. When you consume collagen rich foods like bone broth, your digestive system breaks them down into peptides and amino acids, which then circulate in your bloodstream. Specialized cells in your tendons, ligaments, and cartilage, called fibroblasts and chondrocytes, grab those building blocks and weave them back into fresh collagen fibers. This is how your body patches the wear and tear that accumulates in your joints and legs. Think of it like repairing a road. If collagen is the asphalt, then bone broth is the truck delivering new paving material. Without those raw supplies, your body can't patch the cracks, and just like a road without maintenance, your joints eventually become rougher, stiffer, and more prone to traffic jams, which is what swelling really is: slowed circulation and trapped fluid. Now, you might ask, why bone broth and not just any protein source? The answer is balance. While steak, chicken breast, or beans give you protein, they're relatively low in glycine and proline, the unique amino acids collagen depends on. Bone broth, gelatin, and collagen peptides concentrate those amino acids in the exact ratios your connective tissue needs. It's almost like nature pre-formulated a recovery drink for your joints. Here's a simple tool you can use. Aim to include one serving of collagen peptides or a cup of bone broth. If sipping broth doesn't fit your routine, a scoop of hydrolyzed collagen powder in your morning coffee or smoothie works just as well. Hydrolyzed collagen has been broken down into smaller peptides, which are easier for your body to absorb and transport directly to your connective tissues. What's happening in your brain and body when you do this is fascinating. As collagen levels rise, pain signals from overstressed joints are reduced. Your nervous system interprets this as safety, less threat, less inflammation. That's why many people report not just reduced stiffness, but also a greater sense of ease in movement, almost like their body is no longer guarding against pain. Let me give you a practical example. Picture two people in their 50s. One adds collagen rich foods to their diet daily. Over time, their knees recover faster from long walks, their ankles swell less after standing, and their overall mobility improves. The other continues with a low collagen diet, and by their 60s, walking a mile feels taxing, stairs become intimidating, and swelling forces them to sit more often. Same age, same environment, but radically different outcomes because of one dietary habit. Another interesting layer here is sleep. Glycine, One of the main amino acids in bone broth has been shown to improve sleep quality by calming the nervous system. So, not only are you supporting your joints when you drink it, you may also be enhancing your recovery overnight. Sleep and collagen synthesis go hand in hand, since much of the body's repair work happens during deep sleep. So here's the bottom line: bone broth and collagen peptides aren't just wellness trends, they're foundational foods for joint repair, leg strength, and circulation. They deliver the exact amino acids your connective tissue craves, while also calming your nervous system to allow deeper recovery. If you want your legs to carry you powerfully through the next decade, less swelling, more mobility, start with this. 1 cup of broth or 1 scoop of peptides daily is a small shift with profound impact. When your legs feel heavy, your knees stiff, or your ankles swollen after a long day, it's easy to dismiss it as just getting older. But here's the thing: what's happening inside your body is far more dynamic and far more under your control than most people realize. Swelling, stiffness, and joint discomfort are not random. They're signals from your connective tissue, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, and skin that your collagen supply is wearing thin. Collagen is not just a cosmetic protein that smooths skin, it's the scaffolding that keeps your joints stable, your tendons resilient, and your blood vessels flexible. When collagen levels drop, which they naturally do in your 30s and 40s, accelerating in your 50s and beyond, your body loses that essential cushion. Muscles ache more, joints grind more, even circulation can falter, which is one reason swelling in the legs becomes so common. Here's what the research shows: lifestyle and diet directly influence how much collagen your body can build and repair. Certain foods don't just support collagen, they provide the raw building blocks, amino acids, vitamin C, zinc, copper, that your body uses to weave collagen fibers. When you feed your system the right materials, your legs and joints can feel years younger. Mobility improves, swelling decreases, pain softens. And this matters for more than comfort. Strong, supple joints and healthy circulation are the foundation of independence and vitality as you age. Being able to walk without stiffness, stand without swelling, climb stairs without pain, that is quality of life, that is freedom. So, in this talk, we're going to look at 8 collagen-rich foods you must eat for your legs and joints. We'll go deeper than a surface level list. You'll understand how each food interacts with your biology, what's happening in your connective tissue when you eat it, and how to make these foods part of your daily routine. By the end, you'll not only know what to eat, but why it works, and you'll have clear tools to keep your body strong and mobile for decades to come.